All right, if you guys are seeing and hearing me, we're doing an update here for flooding. There's been a tremendous amount of rain here over the last little while. So what I'm probably going to do here is do an update. We'll leave the feed up, and I won't necessarily be talking. Might go back and forth here, but a lot of people getting ready to head to church, right, or head out early on a Sunday morning, Sunday stroll, if you will. And I wasn't going to pop on again, but the way things are going with this flooding, it certainly is going to have an issue for a lot of locations. Let's go to our flood watch and warning map right now, because this is something that's going to impact everybody over the next, couple of hours. So this is a look at the latest watch and warning map with tornadoes. I'm going to pop that off. And you see here where we have those blue polygons. That's a flash flood warning. And normally I'd say, okay, we get these a lot, but we've had a lot of rain, short amount of time. And if you're thinking of leaving the house, if you're thinking of going to church services, that's certainly fine. Just be wary of some of these roads, not in great shape. We've been watching some of the reports that are coming in here, specifically to Jefferson and Shelby counties, and we have several areas that are flood prone that are becoming very, very hazardous. So here's a look at the latest watches and warnings map. We've peeled away some additional counties from the tornado watch. That includes Jefferson, that includes St. Clair, that includes Blount, that includes Tuscaloosa County, and that also includes Greene County. Those still in the watch include all in yellow. And again, the tornado threat is incredibly low, but is something that we'll just have to watch here for a little while longer as this system progresses. So onto the radar, and again, huge rainmaker here. One positive thing, that pollen, it's gone. It will be, at least for a day, with this rain coming down. These rain rates are through the roof. This is a look at the rainfall rates. Were you seeing these pinks and purple? That's upwards of 6 inches an hour. Where I had pixel queried, it has gone away, but you're not getting 6 inches in Chelsea, but the rain is falling at a rate that if that cell stayed there, you'd get 6 inches in an hour. So that's what we're concerned with, is the tremendous amount of rain that's falling in some areas that have already had the rain. So major thoroughfares, US 280, be wary there. We have some incredibly heavy rain coming down. 31, 150. Here's some of the reports. Obviously, some of Vestavia, those areas in there, if you're familiar with that 31 stretch, that goes down towards I-65, the bowling alley that's right there, that typically is a flood-prone area. Let's see, we've also got Highway 31 in Hoover near 150. That's a normal trouble spot. I've seen that one time and time again. Big pools of standing water in several locations within the Hoover area. So busy thoroughfares, lots of main roads that people might be taking, and I think this is really pivoting to much more of a flood threat. So I just wanted to kind of give this update for those who are about to leave the house. Some people, my brother, he works for Vestavia United Methodist Church, and they got to go in one way or another. And here's a look at those rainfall rates again, just through the roof here, and that's going to be a problem as we move forward. This is a look at radar indicated accumulations to this point, and you look at areas in Fayette, Lamar, Pickens, Tuscaloosa, Walker, all these locations, easily 2.5 plus. There's just nowhere for the water to go. The ground can only soak it up so quickly here, and I've gone ahead and I've taken a pixel query of things out ahead, and we will add to those totals as we move about. So if you're getting ready to head out, time's 8 o'clock. There has not been any severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings here in quite some time, which is great. We hope that trend continues. Flooding, sometimes an underdog when it comes to impacts here, and this is certainly one of those events where flooding's a bit more of a concern. So be wary of that from time to time. As for suspicious cells with any rotation, there has not been any in quite some time. We continue to watch this one down closer to Demopolis, south of Linden. This is in Marengo County, and you see we have that broad rotation here. Again, this is a good ways away from the radar site, but as this gets closer to, say, southern Hale County, perhaps Perry County, we'll have to watch this. This is the only suspicious cell at this time. Everything else very much outflow driven. It's a lot of stable air coming out ahead of these thunderstorms, and as we move forward, I don't expect a huge tornado threat. I don't expect a huge wind threat. The hail threat has actually gone downhill quite a bit from earlier. We had some ping pong size hail in Fayette earlier. Not fun. And again, this stuff that's coming through parts of Bibb County and Chilton County, nothing of note with respect to winds or anything suspicious. Heavy rain from Chelsea down to Columbiana, Wilton back to Centerville, and some of these spots are seeing rain for the first time. It's been raining since midnight in areas to the north and west, Marion and Winston County. For these locations that are just now seeing the rain, not an immediate flood threat, but with how fast it's coming down, if you live anywhere, and you in your neighborhoods, there's certain places that you might go in the neighborhood or throughout the span of your trip going from point A to point B. You know these areas that flood better. If you're familiar with those, avoid them if you can, because we are looking at the potential for some flooding in several locations. And again, I've got the Birmingham chat open. And if you're just joining us, certainly appreciate hopping on. You've probably seen way too much of me, and I understand that. I just thought with it being a Sunday morning, folks going to church, this might be a good time to do an update, and the tremendously heavy rain continues. This is a look at our Hoover Skycam. Now down there somewhere is 150 and 31. Anyone who lives around here knows, this is into Lorna Road and then Montgomery Highway, this is like a pool. And when you get a lot of rain at once, a lot of times that intersection 150 and 31 will be closed. I do not have confirmation that that has happened, and I can't confirm that at all, but I do know that there was some ponding at least reported from some of our sky watchers there, and that, of course, will be problematic. So if you see that standing water, I'd give it a second, maybe go a different way. You never know how deep that is or how strong any sort of currents are. Back to the eastern side of the state, if you're in Anniston or Jacksonville, again, I want to stress there's no severe thunderstorm warnings at this point, and we're likely not seeing anything on this side of the state, as all of this is just heavy rain, thunder, lightning as well. And the downward trend for severe threats continues here. There's still a couple locations that could potentially see maybe some rotation or something of severity. That's going to be in southern Hale County, up in Marengo County, and then perhaps what heads into Perry County. But reason I hopped on here, again, if you're just joining us, time's 8:05. It is early Sunday morning, getting ready to head to church, and we have an absolute deluge out there. And again, just wanted to hop on here and share that with you guys. And what I'm probably going to do with people leaving is I'm going to leave this up. We'll keep our feed going, and we'll give you the chance to see this. So if you're popping on, if you're popping in here, having your coffee, maybe you got some sleep, maybe you didn't with the lightning and the storms, before you head out, just look at the path you have from point A to point B, and know that if we have any flood-prone areas, if you live in Birmingham, there's several areas downtown that water's got nowhere to go when it comes down this quick. And we have that flash flood warning in place for Jefferson County that includes the Birmingham area. This goes into northern Shelby County as well. That would include 119, Valleydale. I don't have specific instances at the moment of many flood areas. I've got up in Cherokee County, we have a tree in the road. In 430 County Road 15. And the other ones of note I mentioned earlier is that in the Hoover area, one that is very common, I-65 at Lakeshore and Homewood now getting several reports of vehicles crashing, hydroplaning, and that is coming from the Homewood Fire Department. But just a mess of a morning. I will say this, it's positive that we haven't seen any indications of tornadoes or severe thunderstorms in a while. But that doesn't mean it's not impactful, right? Rain can be just as impactful. And while it's great, the pollen's going to be gone. If you park your car outside, it's going to be like a car wash. Nature's car wash, good stuff. But this could be dangerous if you're going to be out driving in it. So just encourage folks to budget a little extra time if you have to head out. And obviously, have something to protect you from the rain, because it is heavy for sure. Like I said, I'm going to leave this feed up. You won't hear me or anything. This is more or less just so you can see this. I'll pop back on, if need be, if I get some more flood reports. But be careful, everyone, this morning. And as we peel away this tornado watch as well, and we can close the book on that, we'll give you updates on that as well. So, again, I hope everybody has a safe and a good Sunday morning. And just know, if you just fertilized your lawn, just planted some flowers, this is a good thing. We can have too much of a good thing, though, and we'll keep you posted on those flooding concerns. Again, have a great Sunday morning. We'll leave this up here so you can see it, and I'll pop on with updates moving forward. Anything that might be reported or you see, send that in. I'll share that, and we'll check back with you here in just a little bit. All right, if you're watching us on Facebook Live or our live streams that we have up, meteorologist Evan Chick-Vera, just doing a couple updates here. For those of you waking up and getting ready to go to church, having your coffee, maybe you didn't sleep a whole lot because it's been a very loud night from a thunder lightning standpoint. Here's the good news. We've not had a severe thunderstorm warning in quite some time. Just simply hopping on here because it's a busy time of day. Given the fact that a lot of folks getting ready to perhaps head to church, head out the door. I've already had a couple texts from people who are like, hey, I'm going to church. And yes, for the folks who are seeing or saying on the feed, no sound, what I did was in between there is just left it up so you guys could see. Just leaving that little note there so you guys would know that I just stepped away. We're looking at, in most places, very heavy rain. And that's kind of the point I'm trying to make here with this quick update. So big picture, very heavy rain is moving through, and it will continue to move through over the next couple of hours. Flooding is going to be the primary concern from this point really forward. You have that flash flood warning here in blue. And what's simply happened is we had a ton of rain come down in a very short amount of time. And that's led to some concerns with roadways, thoroughfares you might be headed to or using on the way to church. We've had reports in and around the Galleria area. If you know that 150 stretch at 31, it floods almost every time it rains this hard. The good news, that tornado threat, there's really been no sign of anything suspicious in quite some time. We still have a watch in place, but they're peeling it away quickly. If you're in the yellow counties, we still have that watch issued. The big thing, though, look at these rainfall rates. I don't use this product very often. We don't get rain this heavy, this quickly. Down in Bibb County, stretching back into Hale County, got rainfall rates. You see those pinks there? That's around 6 inches an hour. Now, these are moving, so you're not getting 6 inches in an hour. However, you're getting a tremendously heavy rainfall in a short amount of time. So again, for folks in Calera and Jemison and Clanton, Sylacauga, Childersburg, Talladega, you're next up with this line. And right now what it is, as far as impacts go, is very heavy rainfall. Look at 6-hour rain totals back to the west. Have seen excess of 2.5, nearly 3 inches of rain to this point, and we'll continue to add to that as the showers are still coming in here, albeit this is much less or so back to the west. So who is in the clear from a severe standpoint? Really, if you are behind this main line, you're clear. And I'd be shocked if we have much in the way of additional warnings. I've been with the National Weather Service all morning, all night, and there's been nothing concrete showing that we're going to have a redevelopment of strong storms. If you live in southern Alabama, south of Montgomery, possible that things refire as we get into the afternoon hours. This has been the one curious area here, a broad rotation just outside of Marion. Again, we've seen a couple of these that have amounted to absolutely nothing, and there's no talk from the folks down at the National Weather Service of this being anything of note other than some heavy rain and cluster of lightning. You see the lightning totals here, 224 strikes in the last 10 minutes or so. It's loud. It's not fun to get out to, but it's sub-severe. Winds have really died down. Hail threat has gone down considerably since earlier in the morning or overnight. Fayette had some ping-pong-sized hail. West Blockton, some heavy rain. Centerville, some heavy rain. This is headed into Wilton and Calera. So again, if you're just joining us, time is 8:34. We're just hopping on here to give you that update. If you got to leave the house, I know there's a lot of folks who work for churches. Maybe you got to work for a restaurant that serves in the morning breakfast and whatnot. It could be busy time of day, and you still have to get there. So folks who work in the medical field, certainly our first responders, getting out here to some of these flooded roadways. So we're just keeping an eye on things from a flooding standpoint, and that looks to be our biggest issue. If you live in Pell City, Talladega, heavy rain there. Anniston, Jacksonville, it's coming up on you. Gadsden, you're in the clear. Aniana, clear. Birmingham, clear. Still raining, and there may be some flooded roadways there. Up into northeast Alabama, you're in the clear of really anything severe. And I think if we have anything stronger, in the rare possibility that does happen, it's going to be south of I-20. It's going to be likely Centerville points to Alexander City, and then south closer to that I-85 corridor. So again, nothing of severe to report. It's flooding as of now, and it'll continue to be the issue. I'll leave this loop up one more time, and we'll probably sign off here for a little while until there's anything worth coming back on for. But be safe getting to church. Be safe getting from point A to point B. Everywhere remains under a flash flood watch. and those flash flood warnings, you're going to see that ticker at the top of your screen, and that's indicating the areas that are involved in that flash flood watch, flash flood warning. So we're going to keep watching as they peel away this tornado watch. I don't really expect we'll see much in the way of any tornadic activity or really anything severe. It's a big rain event for us. I'll leave you with this, something positive. The pollen's going to be gone. I don't think anyone's going to be sad that that's gone. I know it's a good thing, but we've had too much of a good thing. So that'll do it for now. Again, we'll have updates on social media. We'll hop on the stream if we need to. Be safe getting to church or wherever you're going this morning. I hope everybody has a great day and you don't encounter any flooding or anything negative as you head out the door. Like I said, we're on standby if need be, but all is good, and hopefully, again, you guys do not have to see me. Have a great morning. We'll talk to you in a bit.